We're in today with ATI Radeon HD 4670. This is a 2008 video card with 320 shaders, DirectX 10 support, with 1 gig of VRAM GDDR3 at 128 bits bus weight, running at 750 MHz on the core clock and 800 MHz on the memory clock. We're going to pair it up with this Intel i7-4790 with 4 cores and 8 threads. I'm gonna see how it runs in a couple of games. This is the i7 4th gen. It's got Intel HD 4600. What's the difference between the Radeon HD 4600 and Intel HD 4600? Well, let me show you if you're interested. The Radeon has 320 shaders. Intel HD has 20 shaders. Radeon 4600 has DirectX 10, Intel HD has DirectX 11. HD 46000, it's got 750 MHz on the core clock, and Intel HD has 350 MHz on the core clock. Regardless, that's the difference between them. Today we're gonna see how this ATI Radeon is working in a couple of games. Let's jump in. Alright, let's start with GTA 5 and see how it runs on DirectX 10 with 1080p with everything on normal, and on advanced graphics I have to put 0.5 because it's 2008 video card. So let's see. Alright, let's go into the garage and see 21 FPS. Ooh, the lag is real. Look at that, 50-100 frame time. This is unbelievable, but I understand this video card cannot hold GTA 5 online. Put it on 800 by 600. Let's start with 50% render scale. It's not okay, but it's 60 FPS, 19 minimals and 29 on 1%. It looks and it feels very horrible. It hurts my eyes with that 800 by 600 with 50% render scale. Yeah, no. Let me put FXA is already put on, and let me put a different type of resolution. You think you can hold 0.7? I think we can actually, no. Okay, if he holds on 0.7, I think we can put it on, we can put the frame scale off. What do you think? 45 FPS with this resolution, it's okay. I mean, I wouldn't play this game on this video card, but it does show you how the GPU it's holding. 9 minimals and 15 1%. Okay, not the greatest numbers, but it's working. Let's start with maximum details here in Modern Warfare 3 and see how the system is holding. If there is any problems, we'll lower it to low quality, and that's it. This is not okay, 23 FPS. I think I have to lower the details. Apparently the core is not powerful enough to... It looks fantastic, but 30 FPS is not the right deal here, because this game is 2011 and the video card is 2008. So there is a big gap in between the game and the GPU. So let's try to put low details. So I put everything on low details, 1080p. Let's see how it's running now. 91 FPS on maximum in this game, and the GPU is doing a fantastic job with 40% load on the core. Apparently I put the fan on 100% so I can keep the GPU cool, and the GPU is cool 43 degrees. That's actually fantastic for this video card. Even though it's an old video card, look at this. Good averages, good minimals, good everything in this game. For some reason I can't land a kill. Okay, so I'm the one idiot who's rushing in a position, and I should be just sitting in one place and kill them all. That's it. Let's jump into Paladins and see how the game is running, which I'm on 1080p with 100% render scale, and everything is on low details. I like the performance overall. Even though the core is maxed out, the system is doing a fantastic job around 65 FPS pushing it, with not great minimals, 8 and 20 on minimals and 1%. But the average is good. If you want to lower the resolution, I'm guessing you will get better frame time. That's it. But overall, the details is okay, even on low details, and it's not very, how shall I say, it's still pleasant on low details to play the game. The system itself is not stressed, 5.6 gig of system RAM, and 30-40% load on this i7 4th gen, you know, so I'm guessing with an i3, i5 you can actually have the same experience. So I will say it's a win in this case. Let's jump into Team Fortress 2 and see how it's running on 1080p with low details. Do I get the opportunity to actually play the game to see how the GPU is performing? What the... Come on. I'll f***ing burn you. Come on, you f***ing plonker. Yes, I managed to push him out. Okay, see? Now I can actually see the true colors of the GPU. 60 FPS. Managed to kill me in the spamming zone. That's not the right way, seriously. No, don't kill me. No. Oh, 40 FPS. In a big fight, the video card is dropping down, seriously, to 20 minimized and 36 on 1%. Whoa, those are really low numbers for this. Let's jump into World of Tanks and see how the game is running on 1080p with minimals settings, because this is the only way I can use this video card. Look at this. So, on... I changed the settings. In the game because I'm on low details now, not on minimals, on low details, and I had render scale 270. So I put it on now on 100% render scale with low details, and it looks okay. You know, it looks like low quality. You know, like performance mode from each game. But this is what you want from a video card like this, because it's giving you the performance in an online game. You know, and it doesn't put you on the side. You say, "Oh my God, I got an old video card and I can't play any games with this computer." No, just put the right games and you can play online whatever you want. Even though the core is maxed out, you know, in this situation, the GPU still performs really well with on the temperature 56 degrees, but the fan is on maximum. It will be very ideal to check the thermal paste and make sure everything gets honky-donkey with this, because it does perform really well. So if you're interested in playing games that are not online and you want to play some offline games, you definitely need to start with S.T.A.L.K.E.R, because this is one of those games that runs on this video card. But I put it on maximum detail so you can see the performance on this, comparing it to last time I had 3870 dual GPGA and it was running maximum, and now with the 4670 you can clearly see that this GPU is barely holding 20 FPS in this case. I mean, it looks great, you know, but it's not playable FPS. But there is a lot of things that you can do in order to improve the quality. All right, so if you lower the settings in the light, like render static light versus full dynamic light, you can actually see that the game is running now with 50-60 FPS. It's very playable even with this video card. There's some spikes here and there, but the overall quality is still high. But you need to understand that this is an old video card and this is an old game. In order to match them up together, you have to find the right settings. That's it. But in Dragon Age, we need to understand that this game was set up with DirectX 9 medium details, lowest anti-aliasing, and yeah, in order to get this performance like 30-40 FPS on average. I'm not gonna say this is not playable. I think you can put it on even low details and even lower, disable anti-aliasing, and you will have the small opportunity to play the game. So I will say there is a good chance you can play Dragon Age 2. Yo, okay, so it drops on 30 FPS on a fight with effects, but it's dodging. It's doing a fantastic work. In some cases it was dropping in the fight, but yeah, I think if you put it on lower details with 900p, it will be even better for this video card. So Dragon Age, it is playable on this video card, but not on these settings. So I really like the performance. Hellgate London. I'm actually surprised it started the game on maximum details. Seriously, with 20 FPS. Oh god, it's laggy. It's everywhere. Okay, the FPS is not good with this one. I actually thought it's going to run on maximum details, at least with 30 FPS, but it's not running. So let me show you the settings, what I have here. DirectX 10, everything is on. So weather, light, anti-trophy filtering, everything is maxed out. So I think those one I can actually disable, and on the shadow I'll put it on medium. Let's see, do you give me some good FPS? There is potential here because you can adjust it in such a way so you can get the playable FPS. But the game looks really nice. Fantastic experience with this GPU. Maximum load, but on the CPU side it's nothing. 6% load on the CPU, 15 watts. Imagine playing this with that QX 6850 and it's struggling on maximum load only on one core. Instead, you can play Doom 3 with this video card on maximum details with 1080p, and the game is performing really well. Seriously, not even maxed load on the core, because you can actually see 80-90% load on the core, and the GPU is still holding with 80 to 100 FPS. In some cases, it's got 120 FPS, but that's the limit on the FPS mode. You can actually see the details is fantastic in the game. The system is not being utilized with this occasion. So the only thing the only problem here, it's the core of the GPU. That's it. In this case, it's not needed, the 1 gig version. So if you're interested on getting one like this, if you have an old video card like this, you need to know that 1 gig of VRAM, it's an overkill for this game. Bang, bang. Definitely one of the games that needs to be added on the list because it's working really nice with this GPU. Has no problems. You don't use 1 gig of VRAM, you're using only 56 megabytes of VRAM. And I think if you're limiting the FPS to 60 or 100 FPS, depending on the screen that you have, I think it will be fantastic overall. There is no, I mean, the core is maxed out because it's 200 FPS, but if you lock it to 60 or 100 FPS, it will be less load on the core of the video card. But it's running really nice. And I think this is the type of games that you have to play on this video card. This is one of the games that needs to be on that list. This is my opinion. If you want to have a decent experience with this video card, I recommend this video card if it's really cheap. I recommend this video card if it's a backup video card. I recommend this video card if it's a temporary video card, if you want to play some online games. You managed to see half of the games that I played that were very light, and if you set up the game in such a way, you can able to get away with a couple of games online, and you can play and you can have a lot of fun. On the other hand, I would recommend playing older titles because they are more appropriate for this video card, and how should I say, it's much better for the video card. I really like this video card if you can find it really cheap, and I'm 100% sure you can find it cheap. So there is a lot of things you can do with an older video card like this, but it's just the selection of games that you want to play. Plus, you can watch movies online, use it as an office machine. It doesn't matter. It's got HDMI, it's got DVI, it's got VGA, so it's got a lot of ports in the back. This model from S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and you can use it in all kinds of situations. If you manage to find this benchmark useful, make sure you smash that like button, and if you have any suggestion in the future with video cards like this, leave a comment, and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. See you soon.